Hello everybody, my name is Beck, or welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channels. As you can probably tell, I look haggard, really tired. I don't know if the concealer I'm using is covering the eye bags, but I've been having issues sleeping for the past couple of days because I've been trying to buy a PS5 again and I almost bought it. It was a fiasco. I missed it by like a minute and it was the biggest drop in Australia and I missed it. I was there. They actually announced the wrong time. It dropped 15 minutes later than it should be and I missed out on it. At this moment in time, I have officially given up on my PS5 dreams because I technically don't need it and I would just save my money. I've tried so many times now, I've decided that I'm just gonna give up and wait until there's a new edition of the PS5 because I really don't need it. Most of the games that I own can be used on either the Switch, the PC or the PS4 that I own, and I should be happy with what I have because I have tried and I really don't need it. I'm currently using a snowball mic like I did in my last video. Thank you so much for the feedback you have given me last time. Once again, I am filming at 6 a.m. in the morning because everyone's in lockdown, so it gets really noisy during the daytime. I think that the microphone is picking up what I'm saying because I realized last time it was way too loud. I wrote some notes because I was meant to film this video on time this month, but you know, life happens, the PS5 fiasco happened, and I just wrote some notes down on my laptop because I was bored because I couldn't sleep. I think I was really tense after the purchasing attempt and I just couldn't sleep, so I only slept for like 4 hours in the past 24 hours. So if you are new to my channel, I basically do a monthly recap of what video games I played in the previous month, and so far the past couple of months I've been late because of the sudden lockdown changes. So for the month of July, I've actually spent more than usual because it was my birthday on the 30th of July. I did a really small live streams because I was having like technical difficulties with Streamlabs. I don't know what's been happening for the past couple of days. Played like 2 really simple games that I will be mentioning later on in the video. A small stream on my birthday because there's nothing else I could do. I couldn't go outside. I would have ordered food, but I just didn't have any motivations. I just wanted to do something. But I did end up playing some video games on my own and my friends in America. It was just like a pretty normal day, just like any other, but it was nice because my mum made me a birthday cake. I really didn't expect much this year. The PS5 did drop on my birthday and I missed out on it twice that day and it made me kind of sad. But again, I have given up. If my actual birthday couldn't even reserve me a PS5, I think it's fine. Anyway, let's move on. Do this every single month. I talk about my life updates along with the videos because I tend to only post one video per month. I'm trying to at least stay consistent with this video that I've been doing for the past 2 years on this channel, but sometimes life happens and I'm just gonna be late sometimes, but I'm really trying. Okay, enough rambling, let's move on. Here's a quick spoiler alert of the Nintendo Switch games that I played for the month of July. So in the month of July, I don't know what's happening today. I cannot even say a proper sentence without like choking. I don't know if anybody has that issues besides me. In the beginning of July, I played Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. This was like one of the most anticipated games from last year. I remember once they announced it, like at first I was kind of mixed with it because I didn't particularly love the first game. I still have the 3DS version. I didn't like the concept of the rock, scissors, papers back in the 3DS version. And I must say that this one is a lot better for me. I really like the mechanics. So far the story is very entertaining. It's very fun. I don't know where it's leading to because it's actually quite lengthy. It's not like the traditional Monster Hunter games, which is... where is it? It is not like the traditional... why is it sticky? What is happening today? Anyway, it's not like the traditional Monster Hunter Rise franchise, which I have also played this month. Monster Hunter Stories is kind of like a hybrid between Pokemon and Monster Hunter. It is more of a turn-based JRPG with its own kind of unique battle styles that you kind of have to learn depending on what monsters you use or monsters. They call the monsters here monsters. You befriend them kind of like you do with Pokemon instead of like this game where... how do I say it without getting into trouble? But this one you hunt them. But you still steal eggs from people with this game. But I'm having a lot more fun with this one. I would highly recommend grabbing this. I'm really struggling to film today. Maybe I really should learn to sleep before I start filming, but I will never film if I sleep. So we're just gonna have to deal with one of them. I am currently stuck, or else I would have continued to progress. Even when I grind, I die with the monsters that I grind on. But I finally reached a difficulty spike where I don't know how to proceed. I just need to train better monsters and that's how I'm gonna progress in the story, but it is quite lengthy. So if you're looking for a game that will last you for a while and it's fun and fresh, Monster Hunter Stories. If you don't particularly like the traditional Monster Hunter games, then this one's for you. If you like Pokemon, is the best way I could describe it if you've never ever picked it up. But I think there is demos for both of these games. I played a little bit of Monster Hunter Rise on my birthday because I wanted to complete the new Akami event. But other than that, I haven't really played it in a while, but I did have fun. This is nice to come back to once in a while. Because the traditional Monster Hunters, they don't really have a ending. You just continuously play until you get bored of it. And then when they have new events, you might hop back onto it. It was a nice game to revisit back after taking a little break. I think all of my friends took a break from Monster Hunter Rise. But there is a Okami event which I want to complete because I want the special items. And there's also like other updates that's gonna come to this game which I'm really excited about. Both games have pretty decent timelines according to the Twitter social medias that I've been seeing. They've been road mapping some pretty decent events for these games, mostly for this one though. There is some few upcoming events in this one, but mostly for stories. If you want to try it and see what the hell I'm talking about, then try the demo first before you buy the game. But I really enjoyed this over the 3DS version. I think the mechanic was a bit harder for me to learn. I'm gonna find it really difficult to finish the first game because I've kind of been spoiled by this one. Oh, and I managed to try the multiplayer with Chizu. Chizu actually asked me to help her with the main storyline because I was a higher level. I thought I could like really help her like speed things through, but it turns out that you cannot do that. You have to do the story quest on your own, and the only time you can do like multiplayer is when you're like doing like some side specifically generated multiplayer style arenas or dungeons. That's when you can do multiplayer. And with most Nintendo stuff, the online for this one is pretty not that great. But I am based in Australia and Kizu's from the UK, so it's to be expected the internet connection is going to be whacked a little bit. My neighbors are waking up, so I need to speed things up. So the next game that I have played is Animal Crossing on my birthday. I also saw a recent update. I'm looking at my notes because I realized I've been rambling and not looking down. Why write notes if you're not going to like refer back to them? I forgot to mention that I kind of forgot how to function in Monster Hunter Rise. If you don't play a game for a while, at least for me, I lose the capabilities to even like do the normal battles and stuff like that. I need to relearn how to play that game. Ever since I started playing Genshin, I have forgotten how to play certain games and it's pretty bad. So I started to play Animal Crossing again, and I decided to choose this to stream on my birthday because it's like the most relaxing and chill game that I could possibly stream while talking. Like I just wanted to celebrate my birthday with someone, even if it's like virtually through Animal Crossing. In the Northern Hemisphere, they did an update for the fireworks this year where you can get bubble milk tea, you can get fairy floss, icy poles or popsicles. Since I'm from the Southern Hemisphere, I did not get that update yet because it's like middle of winter. If you couldn't tell, I'm wearing like wintry stuff. It's super cold. I'm like sniffling as I'm filming this video because I'm that cold. I wrote in my notes that I might not play it again after my birthday because there's so many upcoming games and I only really logged in. I did write this down, like I'm being honest here. I really went in to stream my birthday and I just wanted the milk tea. I think I got every single flavor. That was fun. I'm also trying to collect all my Sanrio stuff. I do have the cards. It recently came back into stock. You can pre-order through EB Games, but I think it was sold out by yesterday. Speaking of EB Games, I almost got the Xbox Series X. I'm not an Xbox kind of girl. I've never bought anything from Xbox, but I was that tempted because I was that mad about missing my PS5. But the only option I could get was pickup only, and I wanted it to be delivered to my house because I'm in lockdown and I don't want to leave my house to go and get it. Everybody has a mandate where they cannot travel a certain amount of distance, and every single EB Games near me is like beyond that distance. So if I leave to grab Xbox Series X, do you know what will happen to me? I'll get a freaking fine. So I'm not gonna risk it for an Xbox Series X, but I did post about it on my Instagram to let my fellow Australian people that aren't in lockdown, that in case they want to grab it, they can pre-order it. I feel like the Xbox is a lot more easier to get than the PS5. Like they both have issues and I'm really like, irritated, desensitized at the moment, so I probably won't even attempt any of them. I'm just gonna save my money, and if I don't get it, it's fine. fine. It's not the end of the world. I'm just gonna have to move on. The next game I really want to finish is the Shimigami Tensei, and I just wrote down that it is gonna be a backlog, and yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with my past self that this is gonna be a backlog. I tried so hard to play this game. I really want to finish it, but I realized that this is becoming increasingly hard to get physical. I'm glad I picked this one up. I've only played it for a little bit. I just want to say that if you see this for a decent price, well, people were like having gripes with this one. I have it here as a collector's sake. I don't know why this Shimigami Tensei 3 is like getting progressively hard to get, but I've noticed it. So I noted it down here that I was going to talk about it, so I talked about it. And the next game that I recently picked up is Nioh The World Ends With You. So I've played the original DS versions, but I never owned the game myself. I got the opportunity to try it out, and I realized that I didn't really like the style back in the days. You have to remember, if you're new to my channel, I was a type of girl that used to play solely Pokemon, solely Animal Crossing. Anything like a Zelda was like way too much for me, so a game like The World Ends With You was like too much for me. It's not until like in the recent years that I really grew to like more action JRPG, action RPG games. I'm more open-minded to those games. A couple of years ago, I would never play a game like Monster Hunter, so I've really broadened my horizons with this kind of game. My first proper quote-unquote action game was like Zelda Breath of the Wild. I used to be so definitely afraid of those games, but now I'm like really open to it, and that's also kind of problematic for me in terms of finance, and I just like my patience also really thin these days, trying to stop myself and actually like go through some backlog. So I just started playing it, and I actually played it a little bit before I started filming this video because I wanted like a refresher, but this is my first time owning this one, and I know this is a sequel of the first game, which I never finished because I found it way too difficult because I don't really understand the current mechanics that you need to play this game. I'm sort of getting the hang of it because I would start playing it, and in the tutorials I would get like C or D grades, and I'll be like, okay, at least I passed the level technically. It's letting me go through. The art style, the music, just everything in general is like really on point. If you're like, I don't really know how to say the genre of this music, but it's more like rock slash R&B slash hip hop. Don't quote me on this because I don't know. The music's good in this game. The art style is fantastic. I really like the graphics. That's the reason why I was drawn to it originally in the DS version, and I've come to really enjoy it so far. I've only really played like 20 minutes of it. I consider streaming The World Ends With You near. I don't know if I'll ever stream this game because of the songs that's in there. All games are copyrighted. Most game companies will let you stream without any hassle. What I've come to realize, like certain Persona games, they will not take everything and you won't get in trouble, but some companies are more sensitive about music in their games, so I don't know if I can ever stream it, but this would be like a really fun game to stream if you watch me struggle. I don't know really how to navigate in the battles. If you know how to play this game properly, can you please give me a heads up? I'm asking for help. Usually I don't like backseat gaming, but for this particular one I would like some help. I don't even know how I managed to get A's in certain battles. So I went from like C and D's to like A's now. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just like mashing buttons, but I feel like I have a better understanding, but I would like some help. So if you know how to play this game, let me know, help me out. Oh yeah, I did write down that this was pretty expensive. It was in like the $80 categories to $100 in Australia. I don't know if it's like because of the music productions and all the visuals and everything they added, but this was like in the 80s to $100. I got mine for like 75, and then I had a bunch of Amazon coupons. It was discounted to 75 Australian dollars, and I got it for like around 60 something. Fun tip, if Amazon keeps screwing up your orders, you get coupons for it. I never asked for the coupons, but I keep getting coupons. I think it's to the point where they gave me so many coupons that my stuff is actually delivered on time now. But don't be mean to them, because it is like, at least in Australia, especially my state, they are pretty back with delivery considering everyone's ordering online these days. But don't be mean about it. Just inquire where your item is and when it will be delivered, because it's not showing up and they might issue you like a $5 certificate. But you didn't hear that from me. Although I would probably wait, because I think these sorts of games, they will go on sale eventually. If you are more patient, then you can get it for way cheaper. But I just wanted a physical, but I think the stories don't overlap. That's why I thought it would be okay if I picked this one up. I will eventually buy the first one on the Nintendo Switch, but we will see if I can make it through this one. But yeah, this one has been really fun. Okay, I took a 5-minute break. Hopefully I can pronounce things and not like mumble again. But anyway, final physical game that I have on me. Actually, I have a couple of orders that I'm still waiting on coming in. Got shipped out like mid-July last month. And I don't think they're gonna arrive anytime soon. But anyway, they got shipped out from America, the UK. I have 2 limited runs that are coming along the way. I'm hoping they finally get shipped out. It was supposed to get shipped out last month. It got pushed to this month. It's been pushed back like a couple of times. I'm like really excited. It's at least in production and about to be finished, and it finally updated. Although I didn't get an email about the update, I actually had to find it out through social media via a friend, and they showed me what the email looked like. I think it's because I unsubscribed from the newspaper or newsletter online. It's getting spammed by limited run and their promotions. Every couple of days I'll get like 3 or 4 emails, and it was getting irritating. But I didn't think that unsubscribing to those emails will maybe lose the ability to get like updates and shipments and stuff. I did inquire about it, but I don't think the guy understood what I was asking about, but he was really nice. I'm just assuming it's in production, it's about to get released. I've actually ordered To the Moon Deluxe Edition back in February of 2020. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos, probably the March favorites of last year. And I've also ordered the House in Fata Morgana collector's edition, which is the one that I saw a lot of people post about and bought. I got that back in March of 2020, so it's finally supposed to be shipped out in August. We shall see. I hope I see them soon. But anyway, this is like my very first time ordering from Play Asia. I've always seen my friend Robo like ordering from here. They were doing a free shipping event. Usually Play Asia takes a long time and shipping is really expensive, but I didn't mind buying this one because I saw it randomly on Amazon for like $40. I was gonna buy it off Amazon, but then I saw it for $30 on Play Asia, so I got it from Play Asia instead because they were doing the free shipping and I wanted to try it out. And I don't mind waiting. One of my other friends, aka my pen pal, she told me that this is fun. Hi Lily, if you're watching this. Pen pal friend Lily told me that this is like really fun. I have heard of really mixed reviews before I bought this game. The reason I bought it because it was cheap, and if I hate it, I won't cry too much about it because it's like 30 Australian dollars, which is like still money but not as bad. I did plan on streaming it because she said it was like a relatively short game. Some people on the internet has described it as a mobile sim building game. Just in case anybody is unfamiliar with the Atelier franchise, I do have one of the games like here. It is buried behind my nail polish. Look at how many backlogs I have here. This is just like part of it. There's like more in the back, and there's like more here and more here and more here. These are PS Vita. There's some PS4 here. My Switch is overflowing, but I have another shelf like right behind this setup. So this is not like the main series is what I'm trying to say. Anniversary special game. Don't expect too much about it from what I've been reading. I'm not familiar with this particular franchise. There's so many games from here. I don't even know where to start. I bought the other one because of the cover, because it was really pretty and it was on sale. Their main games are really expensive, so it's kind of like sus that this one's so cheap, but it's okay. It's $30. It was free shipping. I like building sims. Apparently this is very grindy. I've only really popped it in open to try to earn some like gold coins, but this is a building simulator. If I paid full price for this, I might be a little bit mad, but I got it on discount, so we'll see what happens. I have only popped it in to have a look. I haven't really played it yet, so I can't say much, but this is my first Play Asia purchase. They told me that this was gonna take a month. It didn't take a month. It took about 3 weeks. Mid-ish July, and I got it in August, so faster than expected. But the tracking numbers from Play Asia to Australia was kind of like sus. It was kind of a bit weird because I couldn't track it. They were using Singapore Post, but I tried to put it on Singapore Post and it didn't pop up. I don't know what's up with that, but it showed up in my doorstep, and the packaging, it looked like it was more recyclable, more environmentally friendly, but at the same time it looked like it will just break apart. I'm just glad it came in intact, but it looked like my parcel has been attacked. I wish I took a picture of it, but it had like all the details. It was free shipping, so I really shouldn't expect too much. They gave me a sticker and a mask holder. which was made out of plastic, which was like a nice little gift along with it. I wonder what I'm gonna get in my next order. I did pre-order Christ Tales with them because surprisingly PlayAsia had the cheapest one in offer, because the one locally available to me was like $69. Originally Amazon didn't sell it. I would have bought it through Amazon, but then obviously the moment I buy it from PlayAsia, they make it available. It came out on the 26th or 27th, something along those lines of July, but I pre-ordered that and it was like 50 Australian dollars from PlayAsia with free shipping. The con is you have to wait a very long time, but I figured out I'm probably not gonna play it anyway because I have so many backlog. It is reminiscent of what Bravely Default is. Haven't finished Bravely Default 2 because I am up to like the third final ending. There's like so many endings that I've been doing. Like I've been like mind blown. Like I'm stuck with Monster Hunter Stories 2. I'm stuck with Bravely Default 2. It just gets to a point where it gets really hard that I have to like find time and the mental energy to play it because I have to use my brain to strategize how to like beat certain bosses. I'm about to read a guide. That's how desperate I'm becoming. I usually want to try to figure it out myself unless it's puzzle games. Then I will just YouTube the answer. But when it comes to like battle stuff with like tactics and turn-based stuff, I want to figure it out on my own. I find it more rewarding to the ending. If you want to get Christ Tales, it is apparently available on the PS4, PS5, Steam, and the Switch. I got mine on the Switch because I couldn't get the PS5. I wrote that down. I don't know why I wrote that down. This was before the PS5 dropped and somehow I knew I wasn't gonna get it. It's another thing I bought from PlayAsia. It's been advertised to me like so many times and I've been seeing the trailers. I really want that game. It looks really fun. I'm avoiding gameplay because I want to experience it all myself. And another game that I bought on the Nintendo Switch from a UK based game website. It got shipped out on my birthday as well. Like a lot of games came out on my birthday actually. Attorney Chronicles for Nintendo Switch because there was no physical copy available in Australia. I like to collect my stuff physical, as you can tell. But anyway, I just prefer physicals because you just never know when the shop, like the e-shops, they close down. What are you going to do when your digital license like runs out? Like you can't play those games anymore. Like the moment physical is done and dusted, I will probably become a PC gamer. That's when I will completely lose all interest with console stuff. I've always been a console kind of person. I just find it easier to navigate. I was having this conversation with Game Park that I'm gonna become a PC gamer. But then I thought to myself, let's be realistic. I will never become a PC gamer as long as there is physical stuff around. That's what he said and I agreed. And I'm kind of on the same page as that. But anyway, that's kind of off tangent once again. This video is going to be so long because I'm like super in a very talkative mode now that I'm able to speak again. And it's going to be an absolute pain to edit as per usual. I got the great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's one of those games that I have to buy. Let's be realistic, none of the games are really essential in your life, but it's nice to be able to spend it on games. My lights ran out, so it's gonna look weird. There is no physical for the Ace Attorney Chronicles. I either had to buy it from the UK or the US. And I really wanted a European copy in case they have any like future DLCs, and I'm with the PAL regions, and a lot of times if I buy the American version I would have to make another American account just to use certain features of the games. Even though you can play any regions, it's not region locked. Buying an Asian copy is also a pain. That's why I skip PlayAsia because the cover actually looked better on PlayAsia and it was like about the same price, but I had to think about the aspect of using the eShop and I'm just like unwilling to make another account just for the sake of using like additional stuff. I just find it to be a bit of a hassle these days and I really cannot be bothered with like so many backlog. 2015, maybe 2016, I don't know the timeline. I remember seeing it ages ago for the 3DS in Japan and I was thinking to myself, this game will never come to the West. It looks so good and I feel like it would have been an absolute pain to translate. That probably explains why it took so long and the fact that it made it to the Switch / PS4 / PS5. I'm just glad it's finally translated. I cannot wait to play it and I am so tempted to buy it off Steam and just to play it now, but I will wait until the physical copy comes. Like I can't wait to play it, but I don't think I will be streaming that kind of game. I've learnt my lessons. I cannot stream games that does not have any English voice acting because I cannot read so many dialogues. My throat is actually not doing its best. If I stream a game that is so intensive upon reading, it will completely destroy my voice. So I need a game that requires less reading and just more like casual talking, so I don't have to be stressed about it, because talking is actually a really important skill when you're streaming, and it's really hard to read chat and then read the dialogue and then be engaging at the same time. So certain games I would just like to prefer to enjoy it by myself. I think Ace Attorney is just one of those games, but I've been waiting for this game to come out in the West for a very long time. I'm just like really excited that it actually came out and on my birthday. That is like really special because it's one of those games, the old school Harvest Moon or current Stories of Seasons. If it releases on my birthday, I'm gonna be really excited because it's one of my childhood games that I really grew to enjoy, and it resonates with me differently. But anyway, I've been like rambling for so long. I need to move on. Another game that is coming out in August that I really want is Monster Harvest Nintendo Switch version. It's basically like Pokemon / Stardew Valley mixed into together. It's been delayed a couple of times. I'm hoping it comes out for reals this time in August. I think it got delayed from May to now. I'll be picking up closer to the date. I haven't pre-ordered yet, but I'm thinking about it. I'm just like looking for like a cheaper alternative before I hit the buy button. I think I finally went through all the Switch games that I have played. I'm pretty sure I have downloaded some digital games, but we will be here for the whole entire day if I don't go through it quickly and everyone's like waking up. It's been like a good hour that I've been sitting here talking. So let's like quickly move on to the PS4 / PS5 that I'll never have. I have started playing Genshin again on my PS4. Whenever I play Genshin on my PS4, it sounds like it's on the verge of death, but I've been alternating between my Asia account and my main account, which is the NA, which doesn't make any sense because the internet is so bad with the NA. But the NA account has all of my friends, and I've been like really enjoying streaming on Twitch because there's an event that you can earn like gems and stuff if you stream on Twitch. So I've been doing that, but the event is gonna end by the time I upload this video, so I need to upload the evidence to MiHoYo so they can like pay me out in gems, which I can't wait. I hope they don't disqualify me because I actually hide my UID and they actually need it. I have to like comb through my live streams to find my ID because I do show it when I open up my profile. That's gonna take some time. I'm gonna do it after this. But anyway, I've been playing Genshin because there recently was like this big update that a lot of people have been waiting for months since the beginning of the game, but I got to enjoy it only playing it for like a few months in comparison. But that's been fun. I've been playing a lot of that. But again, I have mentioned this in my previous videos, if you have issues with gacha games and if you do not have sense of self-control with your finances, do not touch this game. Do not touch it. And then another game that I really want is Scarlet Nexus because a lot of my friends have been telling me how much fun it is. I've been watching like talk about it on the Twitters, and I've also like seen like a lot of mutuals really hyping Scarlet Nexus up. I originally didn't want to buy it because it was so expensive. It's like 100 and something, but now I found a place that's doing it for 75 and I get a $5 coupon. I did think about buying it on the PC from Steam, but again, I just want the physical, and I thought that maybe I'll be able to get the PS5 so I can buy the PS5 version once I get my PS5, but it's not gonna happen anytime soon. I'm just gonna have to pick up the PS4 version, and then when I eventually one of these timelines in my entire life get the PS5, I will just slot it in my PS5 because they're compatible. So I'll just buy the PS4 version. My PS4 doesn't create that giant fan noise again. Games that I've pre-ordered, I hope they don't arrive at the same time because it's gonna be problematic. I really want to play it, so I'm just gonna buy it. I said I was gonna wait until it goes on sale, but it's not gonna happen. I know Scarlet Nexus is a type of game that, since it's so popular, in a couple of months to a couple of years, it's gonna be like cheap and I should buy it then. But I've been seeing people play it and I really want to play it. Done the PS4 / PS5 that I'll never get. Next game I played was, but yeah, the phone game that I've been playing is the Tears of Temis, Beamist, something Mist. It's by MiHoYo. It's a dating card game sim. Expecting MiHoYo to release a dating sim with crime solving, investigation elements. If you like the original Phoenix Wright and a Apollo Justice kind of game, it's surprisingly like that. It's a dating sim with crime solving elements. It's slightly supernatural as well. So if you wanted a dating sim with supernatural elements, crime solving, that's kind of like Apollo Justice / Phoenix Wright, try out Tears of Temis. Or if you're just like looking for something to read with some pretty graphics, you can pick it up. But I have to warn you guys again, it does have a gacha system because there's a card game deck kind of thing you can use to battle with other people. You don't really need the fanciest cards. You don't need to spend money to get those cards. It's kind of easy to get currency on the game as long as you just read the stories. So you don't really need to spend any money, but there is elements to microtransaction throughout the app games. Like any typical mobile app games, there are microtransactions, so please bear that in mind. Please don't spend money on these sorts of games. You really don't need to. You can buy a pretty decent indie title with the money you're going to spend on microtransactions, but then again, it's your money, not mine. But just a fair warning, please don't touch these games if you have no self-control. I don't want anybody to go into debt playing these sorts of games. Once again, I have a moral dilemma about mentioning these sorts of games. And finally, onto Steam. I've been recording for an hour now. Holy smokes, I can finally talk about Steam and wrap things up. If you follow me on Instagram, recently I've been trying to like sign into my Sims 4 account, and it's connected to Origins, which is owned by EA. It's their launch engine. It is the most annoying thing ever because I two-factor everything, and the two-factor key did not get sent for like a full 24 hours. I could not play The Sims until like 2 days later, until they like sorted everything out. I had to submit a ticket. Like once a year, I just have this urge to play The Sims. I saw the cottage expansion. It was like too expensive, so I didn't buy it. End up buying the university pack because I remember really enjoying university in The Sims 2/3. I don't remember which one. Like the previous one was like super fun. If you're gonna pick up Sims 4, don't pick up the university expansion even on sale. It's not worth it. I think the worst expansion for the Sims 4 would be Pets, because that was like really money hungry and grabby of them, because they basically split the Pets expansion into like 2 little mini packs. That was not worth it. But I've been seeing it go on like super cheap, so maybe you can buy it then. Don't buy the university version. It's very underwhelming. If you like the original Sims University, you're not gonna like the Sims 4 one. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I've been playing that. I did have trouble getting the stupid two-factor authentication code back. Another game I bought was London Detective Mysteria. I asked about it in my last video. I ended up buying it on sale. I have not touched it. I opened it to have a look. I thought about streaming it, but I did say that I will never stream a story driven game ever again because I'm not reading dialogue. Even filming this video, I'm slowly losing my voice. So it's one of those games that I'm gonna have to play offline on my own. But I bought it. I just want to let you guys know. Another game that I've been waiting for quite a while. I've been seeing this on itch.io for like the past 2-3 years. They've been doing like a fundraiser campaign as Idol Master. I've originally wanted to do the funding and buy it for like $30 US. But I'm glad I had the patience to wait for it because I actually bought it for 10% off. They finally launched it. I did not expect this game to be rated for mature audience only. It's not like a typical management Sims. It has like a little bit of like darker side towards it, so it's not really intended for anybody under the age of 18, if I'm being honest. Realistic when they said idol manager, so bear that in mind. I thought it was like some cute game where I could like dress up idols and just like form a group and sell albums and manage them and earn tons of money, but no, there's some logistics behind it. It is kind of hard. I'm in major debt in that game and I need to like figure out like the best combinations. Yeah, there's a lot of things to do and a lot of things to learn in that game, and I'm currently like in a lot of debt, so I need to figure my life out. It's a lot more darker than I thought, so there's that aspect. Okay, I feel like I've rambled long enough. I don't know how short this video is going to be after I do all the edits, but I feel like I've sat here for like a good 2 hours, so that is it that I can think of on the top of my head. Please let me know what kind of games you've been playing in the month of July. So let me know if you have any games you'd like to suggest to me, but please bear in mind I can't play every single game and I am limited in my resources, so if I don't play the game that you suggest, don't take it too personally. So I don't know who's going to make it to the end of this video, but to every single one of you who have, thank you so much for sticking by me and watching up to this point. I hope you enjoy this mess of a video as per usual. I'm a lot more sleep deprived than I was in my previous video, so I'm gonna hopefully sound coherent by the time I edit everything. When I ask for suggestions for games, please don't be offended if I don't end up buying the game that you suggest, because with limited resources I can only do so much, and sometimes, if I'm being completely honest, I am not interested in the game that you have told me about. everybody has their own preference. And I feel like if you don't respect my boundaries, I'm just gonna have to call out that kind of behavior. Like, it's unfortunate that you don't feel like it was appropriate for me to stand up for myself, and that's on you. I just wanted to mention that I do appreciate everybody's suggestions, and I'm also not going to force myself to do something that I'm not comfortable with. And it's just like I have to establish that boundaries, and I hope people can understand where I'm coming from. And I'm not purposely trying to be disrespectful to anybody, but yes, every individual has their own boundaries, and I would hope that people can respect that. I'm just going to put it out there and let you all know that I try to be friendly, but sometimes I'm being put into positions where I have to like stand my own ground. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you have anything you'd like to say to me, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content from me, and hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!